Comics are modern day gladiators. Of course, you just want to have a good time, but the sport is in watching us fail. Heckles, boos, drying. The comedy club is the British Coliseum. Use throws to the wolves to see if we'll get eaten. Now I got eaten. But Mickey is fucking Spartacus. And so's me missus. Hiya, my name is Jack Henry. You probably don't know my name, but you'll recognise my face. And I'm out here in the beautiful south of France.
And what are you doing here?
I am waiting for Mickey. Hey lad, coming in.
So what exactly do you do out here?
I'm basically like a caretaker. Mickey's got 5 properties out here that I look after. We. Bon. Très bien. Je te verrai demain. Alright, go ahead. This one's empty at the minute, so I'm pitching up here. This is the kitchen / dining area. But if you're eating, you'll usually eat out here. Not a bad view, that lad. You see that fucking road out there? That's the only road in our house. Middle of fucking nowhere, this gaff. This is the pool, lad. Not too shabby, eh? Fucking great on a Saturday with a crate, pack of ciggies and a bit of chang, if you know what I mean. Needs a fucking clean though. There's 4 bedrooms. Toilet, shower, 2nd bathroom.
What's in there?
That is the barn. It's just a storage area.
Can we go in?
No. There's no point, really. Trust me. Let's continue. Check that out. Fucking scary, that, isn't it? Thought I was tripping the first time I saw that. Can't escape the line like me. Even out here. And this is me. This is where I'm pitching up. I used to stay here when I used to come with Mickey back in the day. Used to come with Peggy, Boulder, Boneyard, Harrison and of course Mick. Had some fucking great nights here, lad. There it is. It was like a tradition. We'd always pull the girls we brought up that tree. So one time, we got Mickey here with some lass, and Boney, he goes up and climbs the fucking tree, right? 3 hours later, Mickey comes, brings the girl down here and starts necking off. Out of nowhere, it starts raining. Looks up and Boney's pissing on his fucking head. Funny, innit? Fair few faces I'm sure you'll recognise. Martin Doherty won Best Fringe Newcomer 2016. Wrote that sitcom about the group of misfits who live together in London. Series 6 is out next week. That's Rob Kilson, youngest compare ever at Live at the Apollo. Team captain on 8 out of 10 Cats. Then just took over on a Mock the Week when Dara fucked off to Singapore last year. That's Carl Denning. Fucking top comic, him, honestly. He's a bit edgy, so you won't see him on TV, but he kills the clubs. He has this He has this one bit, right, where there's a gay priest in Rwanda. I couldn't really say it myself, you know, it just sounds a bit racist, a bit homophobic. But it's ironic, isn't it? I think I did my first gig when I was 16. It was at Hot Water in Liverpool. Some open mic night, I can't even remember what it was called. And I did 5 minutes on having a wonky dick. My opening line was something like, me missus just broke up with me recently and she decided to tell me that I had a wonky cock. As if I didn't know. As if I hadn't been wanking along hypotenuse for the past 5 years. Most guys use a ruler to measure the dick. I have to use Pythagoras' fucking theorem. I bombed. That is actually our Mickey's. He used to bring it on stage with him. He had this black hoodie he used to always wear, and he'd always bring this on. It was like his character, his persona. Fingers crossed, I'll be able to return to him finally. But I had this one joke. It was something stupid like, what you call a supermarket for midgets. Lidl. And I got this scoff. And it wasn't like a that's shit scoff. It was more of a that's not half bad that. And it made me feel important. Noticed. Fucking unreal. People think I'm from Liverpool, but I'm actually from the Wirral, which makes me a wool, a wannabe scouser, as Mickey likes to fucking remind me. Purple bin prick. A couple of years later, I'm starting to get mids around Liverpool, comparing it the Comedy Bucket, the Last Laugh. Basically made enough of a name for myself to launch my first tour. It was pretty small, 50 to 100 seat venues. 6 weeks, 8 cities. All that was missing was me opener. Alright, check that out. A few faces you recognise. Right over there. The glory days. So, you got me at the top, obviously. Mickey to my left needs no introduction. And then on your right, you've got Boneyard, Peggy and Boulder. Now, Boneyard's Boneyard because he once fucked a fella in a scrap metal yard. Peggy's Peggy because she pegs a lad. And Boulder's ma got crushed by a boulder. So, he was proper cut up about it. You know, as you would be if your ma had died. And he told us all serious in that. Guys, I'm afraid me ma's been crushed by a boulder. Boneyard was the first to laugh. Now, that would have been fine, but he has one of these infectious laughs. You know, the type of laugh that you can't help laughing along with. So, he starts laughing. And so do we. And even by the end of it, we managed to bring Boulder around to our way of thinking. Boneyard's good at that. He can make a fucking laugh out of anything. Not great at a funeral, though. I was out with a few of the comics in the city when Boneyard turns up late because he'd been comparing to Funny Bum. And he was waxing lyrical about this one lad who had won the open mic that night. He was a scouser, ginger as fuck, bit nerdy looking. But Boneyard said the minute that he started, there was this electricity in the air. Something he hadn't seen before. And for Boney, that's saying something. I did think he was overreacting, but he'd invited him to do an open spot on Friday, so I I went down to see what he was like. It was like watching Beethoven play Pharaoh Jacques. The power he had over every single cunt in there. He had this glimmer in his eye, this mischief. As if he was daring him to say something so he could wipe the fucking floor with him. It wasn't perfect, but it could be. I asked him to open for me that night. He'd ring us any and every time of the day, whether it be 7 in the morning, 10 at night, 3 a.m. He'd always be running gags, jokes, thoughts past us. People tend to forget he was quite nervous at the start. Really nervous. But he had this energy. The type of energy that if you don't nurture it, it evaporates. And so, whether it be 7 in the morning, 10 at night or 3 a.m, I'd pick up, I'd listen, I'd help him. I had this agent sniffing around by the name of Harrison Milton. He had good connections in Channel 4, the BBC, but his main selling point was that he was the best talk promoter on the circuit. Could get me from selling half-price tickets to fill a town hall to selling out arenas. Long and short of it was, it didn't work out. And so, after my show, I introduced him to our Mick. The rest is history. These are Mickey's favourites. I know he doesn't drink anymore, he's straight edge, but I don't know. Maybe for old time's sake. He started getting mids around the city, establishing himself on the circuit. He was shit hot. Left every promoter, venue in absolute awe of what he did. Wasn't long before he was closing. Then came the panel shows, Would I Lie to You, Mock of the Week, until eventually he was booked for Dictionary Corner on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown. He went viral. 11 million views in a day. Currently sits on about 30, 35. Mickey will be the first to tell you that's where it all changed. Got offered his first tour off the back of it. Boneyard opened for him, and it was an absolute raging success. Then came the panel show, sitcom, travel show, cameos in James Bond as a bellboy, and Paddington 3 as a postman. He was everywhere. I took acid for the first and last time that night. Mickey had got us some. Said it would be fun to trip together. But the cheeky sod only got it for me. Everyone else took Tic Tacs. And so, I ended up absolutely chatting shit for hours on end whilst they took the piss. Fair enough. Then Mickey and Boulder, they grabbed us and shoved us in the barn. Locked me in the darkness. I started seeing some really scary shit. You know, pretty fucked up stuff. Felt like I was drowning. Apparently I was crying like a little bitch. When Boneyard eventually got us past Boulder and opened the door, of course I'd fucking pissed myself, hadn't I? Like a dick. Mickey was on the floor laughing. Must have been a sight. It's a good laugh, isn't it? His next tour, Cutting Edge, is the single most successful British stand-up tour of all time. Me, Peggy and Boneyard all open for him. Actually beat Peter Kay's record in Bolton, which we thought was pretty funny. It was at that time I started getting into the chan. Mickey got us into it, keep us pepped up before shows. He used to say, Coke is the comedian's coffee. Believe it or not, I was actually pretty straight edge before then. No cigs, no drugs. I was pint after the gig, but that was about it. After that tour, it all changed. Chan, celebrity, status. I couldn't walk down the street without people noticing me. Everyone wanted a piece of Mickey, so everyone wanted a piece of me. Felt pretty fucking unreal. People always ask, did it upset me? I'd given Mickey his break, he'd blown up, I hadn't. I'm sure, Mickey's loved, but I was known. People respected my name. That's all that mattered to me. People act like they don't get into this industry to chase fame. That's bollocks. Everyone wants to be seen. We'd been at this awards do. Can't remember which one now, but you can find it online. And Mickey had invited me and Boneyard as his plus ones. And we went to this after party, and fuck me, I had Shan coming out of my eyeballs. We were gone. Mickey at one point was vomiting, snorting and getting sucked off at the same fucking time. Painted a picture. As I say, he was gone. We all were pretty gone. Mickey wanted to bring a lass back, show her a good time, get the adrenaline pumping, and we were living together, so it made sense to go back. So there's we were driving down the country roads, pelting it. The lass was in the front, tits out, fucking flapping the wing like dog's ears. Me and Boney were in the back, and I remember laughing at something, because that's what Boney's like. No matter what he's on, he's always entertaining. Can make your taxes into a 1 hour special, that lad. So we're there, we're laughing, and then we're not. And Boney's gone. And so's the girl. There was a lake. They spent 5 days looking, but they never found him. And that left me and Mick. One of us with a tour, specials coming out of his arse, TV companies waiting for him to sign on the dotted line. And then there was me, his mate. So we all know who's behind the wheel when the police showed up. Because that's what mates do, They cover for each other's fuck-ups. It's a good laugh, isn't it? The funeral wasn't. Could have used Boney, actually. I got 5 years, but Mickey put some money off some really good lawyers. He's good like that. Looks after his own. Went to rehab, got clean, changed his whole image. Fucking presents the One Show now, Mick. I got out a couple of years back. Harrison meets me and takes me here. They had it all planned out for me. Mickey keeps me here until the heat dies down, and then when he goes on tour, I open for him. Jack Henry's Renaissance. Like fucking McConaughey or that fella from The Mummy. It'll be good, you know, to go back. He texted a few days back. Said he was finally making his way down here. It'll be good to catch up, you know, like the old days. Raise a toast to Boney in that. Cheers. Mick! 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 Mick, no, come back! Come back, Mick! Mick, what you bottle, mate? Mick! Mick, where you going, lad? Mick, mate, come back! Come back! Oh, Mick. Fuck! Mick! Mick! No. Oh. Mate, come out, mate. Please. Mate. Mate. I've got your bottle, mate. Mate. I've got your bottle. No! Mickey. Mickey, lad. Bonnie, no. Mick.